Shop smart, shop S-Mart.
Lady, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave the store.
Who the hell are you?
Name's Ash.
This is my boomstick!
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, Deadites in Aisle 3. I'm your host, always Brian Dressel. With me, as always, is Matt, Zombie Dog. Ooh, let's go with the good, the bad, and the ugly, Dykes.
I thought you were going for a Tarzan thing there for a second.
So Joel has not seen the good, the bad, and the ugly.
No. I have seen Fievel Goes West.
Hey guys, Joel's back!
We also have Joel. Oh, no, I already used that one. That one I remember. John Wick 3 Parabellum. Do it.
I like Fievel Goes West better.
Yeah, it's not a part.
2003.
Jimmy Stewart as the old dog.
His final role. That's his last thing.
We're the outro.
It really was. Man, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it is.
And it's gorgeous. Like, the animation's so good. Like, let's just talk about Fievel today. No, I like this one. Next week, we'll see. But before we get to next week, we got to record this week. And we'll also have to include Ryan. No, that one sucks. No, that one's too good. All right, well, I'll get you the suck one. Godfather Part 3 Lutons.
I wonder.
Now I'm curious.
What was the good one?
Yeah.
Oh, it was Dream Warriors.
Why didn't I get that?
I said it was too good.
I'm good enough, Brian.
I don't know, man. That one's really good.
Yeah, there's a difference between good enough and really good. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly right.
Well, The Godfather Part 3 is not good enough unless you say it's Godfather Part 3. What was the new
Coda or
that just
something?
came out recently. What is it?
Oh, is that better? I didn't know that was the.
You got the Coda version or
Yeah,
something?
the Coda of Michael Corleone. That was good.
Well, then that one.
Perfect. I'll take it.
Perfect. All right. So before we even get started this week, like I want to get just right into this. Hold on, I got to bring it back. Of course, I couldn't have done that worse. Here it is.
Good segue.
Listen, I said before we got started, I didn't say on air that I'm getting over some version of sickness. I don't know what it is, so I'm just going to blame that for the rest of this because it's going to be a rough ride. We're going to do the best we can. Here we go. I just want to start with the trailer. This is or the clip. I'm just going to get it started with this. All right. Can everybody see it? Is it actually showing up? No.
Not yet.
There it is.
There we go.
All right. Now let's see if it actually plays with volume for anyone but Joel.
3 days ago, my biggest
Ooh, I can hear it.
getting out of Velcro.
Perfect.
Now I'm under it with Ashy Slashy, who turns out to be my father. And we're facing the end of humanity.
Yep, that's a hell of a shit sandwich, kiddo. I eat them every day.
I'm sorry. That must have really sucked, going through everything you did and no one believing you. When this is all over, I'd really like to hear about it. And you.
Deal.
Why did I want to show that clip right at the jump? Because it's a bit of a letdown. And that's kind of how I'm feeling today. I didn't hate these episodes. I had expected a lot more from them. And that's kind of where I start today. How are you guys feeling about it? Like, I went into this very excited because I thought 3 had been getting better, but...
Joel, everybody.
It was mentioned in the chat yesterday or so that, was I going to watch the 4 episodes that I wasn't on Binge Buddies for? And yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't feel like I needed to, though. Here's the real deal. These last 2 episodes should have been 4 episodes, and expanded on and given more time to breathe. It is condensed into 2 episodes so packed tightly that I don't think they give anything enough time or enough development to be meaningful, really.
Yeah.
So that's my grievance more than anything. I also think that in a lot of ways it doesn't hold on to the kind of Evil Dead sensibility as much as it should. It gets too serious near the end.
That clip really shows that. Of like, I get having a very nice moment between Ash and his daughter, like that's nice to have, but it's that nice to have, need to have, and like this, it felt like they forgot what show they were making to a small degree. I mean, we still have Ash versus a gargantuan, kaiju evil thing, and shoots a rocket with a knife. Like, there's crazy shit in this that's still fun to see, but I agree with like it took itself too seriously. Like, I'm just, so many things get wrapped up in these 2 episodes, and not a single one of them were wrapped up in a way that I found like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it wasn't fulfilling. Like, we finally defeat Ruby. We finally get the Dark Ones. Like, we finally get full-fledged powered Pablo.
He did sidelined.
Yep.
all this build up and preamble to him becoming El Brujo Especial, and it's like, I'm still just a tool to move the story forward in some ways instead of having a lot of agency, like a little more, but not a lot. And I won't. I'll give other people a chance to talk.
I'm doing the same thing. So Joel and I are clear on the same page. Where are Matt and Ryan?
See, I didn't mind them too much. Like, yeah, it was a letdown, but also I had a lot of fun. Like, I had a lot of fun with the episodes. Yeah, there's, like you said, there's moments where it takes itself a bit too seriously, but also it's nice to see that sometimes in like a really comedic show. It's nice to have those kind of like more serious character moments. My sort of like thing is, I don't know if they knew that it was the end of, like, that they weren't coming back at the time, but if they did, I actually think that the ending's even better, because we got promised the original ending of Army Darkness 3 ends with the apocalypse, him in the apocalypse, and we never got that film. And if they ended the 3rd season teasing that apocalypse again, knowing that it wasn't coming, bravo. You're basically repeating that joke, and I do kind of like that. But also, I want to see the fucking apocalypse, man.
So my point, I was halfway with you there about, I assume people knew that they were wrapping things up here at the start of season 3. This felt like somebody wanted to have things wrapped up in a neat package, and it does not suit it well at all.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. And that's the thing with the Evil Dead. None of the films ever have everything wrapped up in a bow.
No.
There's always shit that is like left unresolved, and then just kind of forgotten about in the next one as well.
So okay.
No, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I'll shut up. Sorry.
What and then Joel, you can expound on. I think that they knew that the 3rd season was probably going to be their last, but they tried to do as much as they could to keep it going and possibly raise viewership. But then when they said, nope, this is it, film your last couple, I think that's when they had to throw it all together really quick. It works in terms of general story. They wrap things up to a degree. But it's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, okay, you can tell, you can feel that things were rushed here.
Yeah.
So,
and I think that's where I get a lot of my disappointment, because like there's things like the big kaiju thing that kind of stomps around in episode 9. You see it more in episode 10. It looks great. It's a cool design. Like, I'm into it. Like, it feels very Evil Dead. Like the evolution of Evil Dead would get to something eventually like that. Like, I'm into that. That's fun. I think for me, episode 9 is what, like, it kicked off my kind of sour mood. And it was tough to get back, even in 10, where I'm finally seeing like Ash, fulfill his destiny, which fine. But we've had 3 seasons of Ruby, and she's dispatched in a scene with like basically no fanfare, and I'm like, that it just felt like we got robbed. We have this thing of Kaya. Who the hell is Kaya? This whole thing, and what is her whole purpose? To get destroyed in a second. Like it just, all of that just kind of felt disappointing. Like I'm not sure what I wanted it to be, but it wasn't that.
I kind of feel like what they did with Ruby was kind of like showing how powerful the Dark Ones were. Like we've struggled with Ruby for so much. They come through and just immediately just melt her.
So now we're in anime territory here, where there's like been huge battles leading up, and then Piccolo's there to come look cool, and then get bodied until Goku shows up. Like that. That's where we're at now. I got it.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I see what Matt's saying. Yes, it's to show how powerful the Dark Ones are, but then they're not. Like then,
yeah,
they're this amorphous evil, and that's fine. But
they're not fun. Like they should, like everything in Evil Dead, like it's been very good from the going all the way back to the original film. In my opinion, it knows that the evil things should be first and foremost fun, second scary, and like that the Dark Ones missed. They weren't fun at all. They're just things in a robe that melt people.
Do you know what handles this kind of stuff very well? Phantasm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phantasm
100%.
5. Phantasm 5. Like that's the kind of sensibility this should have had.
I agree. I don't know how many people out there like Phantasm 5. That's the good one. But
My number one, if you guys recall.
Yeah, I do remember.
I'm not sure if I still stand with that, to be honest.
I mean, we can always go back to Phantasm. I love Phantasm. If I
It's an easy one to dip your toe back into. To be fair,
if this one could be Phantasm, it would be. Like I love Jason. Don't get me wrong, but Phantasm.
I need a Phantasm display.
You do? Do they even make them? Like Phantasm stuff is hard to
Probably.
find. Like I
It
found like
is,
a button-down shirt that was really cool, but it didn't fit. So there that
But
goes.
Babylon 5 stuff is hard to find, and they have a load of Babylon 5 displays. So
I would argue, and this would be interesting to see if we could find out. Way off topic here. Is the fandom for Babylon 5 bigger or Phantasm bigger? I would argue Babylon 5.
probably, but they're both kind of like cult followings.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I'm just like, which cult is bigger?
I'm just trying to think. Like Phantasm has had the length. It's got like it was films. It's had the time to like build up long bigger. I don't know actually.
That's it, man. But anyhow, Evil Dead.
Yes.
Ryan, you haven't had a lot to say in this one. What were your some bright spots on? We'll start with 9, and then we'll start moving to 10.
I mean, so I with these last two, I feel I felt different when watching them because it's one of those things where you if you binge it, it makes a little more sense. Like if you literally watch the last couple in a row, because these are half hours. So if you're sitting there and you watch them all together, it's almost like watching one giant Evil Dead. So, but I mean, for me with episode 9, it's almost, I want to call it, let's see. This is the filler. I mean, I can't even call it the penultimate because they're literally just trying to get stuff together.
Yeah.
So you have an explosive finale. There's a lot of things that happen. You've got,
The evil phone.
Evil phone.
I liked the evil phone though.
I was okay
Yeah.
with it.
I thought it was quite fun.
Evil phone was fun. You've got, the Dark Ones coming. You've got the Ruby and Kaya being completely just disregarded. So it's like they're trying to make way for the giant Kandar. That's what we're gearing up for. And they're between these two, it's like, ugh. You have 10, you're like, okay, I'm entertained. Let's roll through this. Now, if you watch them straight through, you're like, okay, we have to watch this to get to here. But if you're taking that break, you're like, oh shit. And I can't even think about watching it when it was on Stars every week. I'd be like, what is this?
Yeah, like I did watch 9 and 10 back to back, and I agree that they do play okay together, but it's not. There's a party vibe to this entire season, really since season 1, and it feels like the party ended in 8. And this is just kind of like the, like, oh yeah, can you fucking go home? Like, I want to go to bed.
I wouldn't hate stopping on the phone sequence though, because if we want to talk about where there's still humor and
It's the phone.
but I mean it's the phone. It still feels really dark, and part of that is because what's the daughter's name again? Brandy. They are doing a lot of parallels with Brandy and Ash in the first movie in that section. Like she eyes the chainsaw or the bandsaw there and considers cutting something off to save herself. I like that they don't do the direct parallel of her cutting off her arm, because I was worried they were going to do a whole dual chainsaw action sequence.
Hold up. I agree with you, but don't do it and then not do it. You can't have both. That's what pissed me off about the phone sequence. You get her sawing her hand off, and then they took it away. So it's like, we still did it, but then we didn't do it. Fuck you. You can't have both. You ruined the sequence with that.
Because I actually started to think, this might be an interesting thing, though, if, like, Ash has his chainsaw arm, and then Brandy has her bandsaw arm. That would have been going.
I was like, because Ash had lost the chainsaw at that point, and I was expecting, like, I can't do this. I don't have a chainsaw arm, and then have her show up like, I got one, Dad, and it's like, oh.
The chainsaw being crushed should have been the precursor of understanding that the fun was over.
I agree. Yeah.
Now that I think about it, looking back, like that was the hinge point where you took his favorite toy away. You took something that's central to this series, and now he has no fun toys to play with. It all is just survival.
But but see, I like that part because that shows that Ash is more than the chainsaw hand.
No, I agree. I think I agree with what Joel's saying though. Like, I should have seen that as like the siren going off. Like, the fun's over. Like, now we're in for the action movie, which I didn't really sign up for. Like, not Ash vs. Evil Dead. Like, that's not where I wanted it to go. Like, I get the filmmaking aspect of it, or TV making, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I just don't think it worked. But I do think the phone sequence works. I like the design of the crazy phone thing. I like that she stabs it and it bleeds. Like, I like all that. Like, it's fun. And I actually think Brandy does a good job with it.
Yeah.
She never fully sold me on her as a character. I don't blame the actor. I don't think they ever fully fleshed her out the way that I think they should have. I'm not sure the way they should have, but it wasn't this. But yeah, there were some highlights. They were few and far between, which brings us into episode 10, where it's like, I like that shit goes crazy. They don't do anything with it.
They don't, especially when you have a whole town being possessed by the evil dead. There's so much more.
Well, they make out that the whole world is falling at this point as well. Like, and like, it's a problem with. This is going to sound me just like bashing on Americans, but it is a massive problem with American cinema and TV when you have these big end of the world things. And where do we always look? Some city in America. Oh, the world's ending. Look, it's New York. Oh, the world's ending. Look in Chicago. What about all the other major cities around? Like, you don't even have to go there. Like, just like pretend that they exist for a second. Like, it just. I don't know. Like to say that it's like a global thing going on, but then only just focus on like, and that's the thing. It's like they show just from New York, and then he's like, oh my god, it's happening around the world. How do you know that? You haven't seen the rest of the world. You've just seen your town here and New York. Everywhere else could be fine.
So I'm going to drop a little Joel lore here for a second.
Wait, you haven't been this entire time?
I mean, you ever heard of the phrase dad lore?
Yeah.
It's like all the stuff that your dad has done at Experience that you'll never hear about. So I was in a choir growing up, and they did tours, and we went to Canada for Niagara Falls once. And this was at the time where Independence Day, Will Smith film, was coming out and popular, and we watched it on the bus, and some Canadians were kind enough to house us while we were on tour.
Did you tell this story last week?
I might have posted it on Facebook or something. But,
okay, keep going.
But the woman asked, "What's your favorite movie?" And I said, "Oh, Independence Day," because that was the last thing I heard. And she went, "Oh, well, I don't like how much it focuses on America." and I was like, "Fair, you know."
Yeah.
As a kid, it's more of a deflated balloon, but looking back, it's like, yeah, you know, I probably would be bothered too.
I mean,
Yeah.
here's my thing: is I just rewatched this movie with my son. Shouldn't have done it. Gave him nightmares. It was a whole fucking mess. But
Phantasm. You
I'm
watched
okay.
Phantasm with your son.
he was a baby. He didn't know what was going on. Now he's not. That's how time works. I'd be okay with the movie if it wasn't for that line near the end of "It's the Americans, thank God." Like, okay.
And it's like it's said by the most upper class British, like,
Oh my
like,
god, dude, he
oh,
should've been drinking-
tally ho! Thank God for the Americans, oh boy! Oh yes, it's like fuck you.
Not on tea and crumpets. Like,
No, do you know what would actually happen? British would be like, oh shit, it's the Americans. Put your body armor on, lads. You might get shot by your own people.
yep.
If it was based on today, it would just be the aliens fighting a swarm of drones. So
You just see Trump throwing poor people at them. We don't need them.
I think if it was just the Americans if it was just the aliens fighting America, you'd have the rest of the world just sitting there going, go on then, just it's fine.
yeah, it's that whole "let them fight" meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to episode 10. I do like that they throw back in the Dead by Dawn. I like it when that pops up. It's always kind of nice to hear.
Yeah, I did like that actually. Like it's because I don't remember. Did they ever actually say Dead by Dawn in?
I want to say part 1.
Was it part 1 when they said in the very first film? Did they say?
I thought
Is this
maybe
that
I could be
Dead by
wrong, but like I thought it was when she was like raising the roof, and she was saying,
Yeah,
Dead by
I think
Dawn.
you're right.
Yeah, possibly. Well, I obviously need to go back and watch part 1 and
It
part
feels
2.
like it's been forever since we watched part 1. This series has not been that long, but it feels like it's been long. But we've taken a lot of breaks, so I guess I get it. And we ran out of gas a little bit on that. But that's okay. I liked having the Dead by Dawn. I liked seeing the crazy Deadites for the 5 seconds we got to see them. Like, it was cool. I wanted more. This is where I go with what Joel was saying. Like, if this had been the back half of the season of Deadites won, the world is ending, and you need to figure out how to, like, that I would have been more engaged with. Instead, we did a shitload of stuff with the daughter that doesn't really pay off at all.
The
I think
swarm of
that's kind of the worst bit of it. Like we have all this kind of setup with the daughter. We have the sort of, like you said, that you showed the scene underground.
Mm-hmm.
But then like there's no payoff of that, of them actually getting to know. I mean, I'm not expecting like the happy ending of this or anything like that. But it's the fact that he just kind of like throws her in the back of the thing and like closes, and that's the last we see of them. You don't get anything after that. And it does kind of feel like a bit of a wet balloon at the end.
But that's where season 4 would come in. He'd travel the wastelands to try to find them.
But you have to assume they're dead. Like, you have to assume this is like way in the future. Like that.
Yeah, I mean, it looked way in the future.
Robotic.
Yeah, and like he woke up in like that like cryo chamber thing. So like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Which is orange. It's like it's very much like Fallout kind of thing.
It also has that moment where you see just like 1,000 Deadites coming after them, and it's like that could be a really cool sequence. But it also has that like, I think Aliens did it. Like when you bring like a whole bunch of xenomorphs out, it kind of diminishes the power of the one xenomorph because now you can just pop them all off, and it's like
You're thinking the sequence in Aliens where they look on the thing, the flashlight, and then they're all in the ceiling, and they just drop down.
That was good.
No, it's great. It's great. But I'm just saying that, like, when we have an entire movie about one xenomorph being the biggest problem known to man, and you go to the sequel, and now there's thousands of them, it's like...
Just shoot them, yeah.
Exactly. And, like, this kind of had the same thing with the Deadites. Like, now the Deadites just kind of felt like zombies. And, like, that's not what a Deadite is.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin anything for me. It's still fun. Like, I get it. It feels very finale, so, like, that's kind of what happens in finales.
To be honest, the Deadites have been more zombie-like in this series... from the get-go, really, because it's like there's less of that. You have to dismember it completely to just shoot them in the head. Like we've had that since season 1. It's been, it's not been like, oh, could have cut the arms off now, cut the legs off, chop them into like small bits.
But
it's
when
just
he's been shooting in the head, he's been doing it with the shotgun. The head's been completely exploding. So,
but you don't have like a headless corpse and running around like we had in
like Evil Dead 2, yeah.
In Evil Dead 2, the headless corpse with the chainsaw running around and stuff like that. It's still it's still that kind of George Romero zombie lore of you shot them in the head, right? They're dead now. Yeah. It's not the Evil Dead. You've got a total body dismemberment, like
Yeah.
It's scale and scope.
Yeah.
Scale and scope is the problem. So much of the series, even if they're at zombie level of we can kill them, it's always constrained to a tight up close space. It's inside a cabin, it's inside a house, it's inside a school. Yep. If we're outside, it's still constrained to these characters being terrorized. Now, I get logically why they need to expand it into a larger world, but how you keep that tight constriction and claustrophobia while doing that, they weren't able to figure out.
No.
Yeah, the constantly having to put them into a confined space just to have that element. So, like in this one, we get, we're in the sewers now.
Yeah, it's very much just in your face. Let's get to Ash versus the giant kaiju.
Yeah.
Which let's talk about a little bit. Before we get that, we got to finish up the Pablo Kelly stuff, which I didn't really want to talk about because I fucking hate that they great, they're together.
I really didn't care about that. Like when we had them kiss again, like not this episode. I mean, like when they did it this season, I literally had a note in there. It's like, they're kissing. Does anybody actually care about this plot line? Really?
No.
Like, do we have to have this bullshit? Like it's one of those things that really irritates me as well. Like in film and TV, where it's just like, no, this is a male and female. They can't just be platonic friends. They must be something there must be a relationship there. Blah blah blah. They did it in X-Files and it pissed me off. They've done it in so many things. Like it becomes a cliche. It's like, but men and women can be just friends. Like they can be close friends. They don't just because a man and a woman works close together doesn't mean to say that they have to fuck as well. Like
blame When Harry Met Sally for that one right there.
I mean, you probably, at least to a certain degree.
I think it's been a thing since before then.
That's why I said to a certain degree.
Well, that's the thing. I think Harry Met Sally was probably playing on that cliche.
Yeah.
The thing with Kelly, though, in this one, like, don't get me wrong, I like that Kelly got one last action sequence. I have warmed on the Kelly going to fight Ruby of it all. Like, she was too overambitious. She got too cocky. She got all this stuff, and she got fucking smacked for it. I really warmed to that sequence. And by bringing her back for just an action sequence undercuts that entire thing. She should have stayed dead.
It's a waste.
She's not very good at it. Oh, come on, you want something?
Yeah, I mean,
so since
I've gotten used to that at this point.
Since I wasn't here for it, I did like the Ruby versus her sequence. I thought it was a very impactful personal scene, and you really get to sit with a lot of the pain that's happening too when she gets her ankle broke. And
we reviewed that one well. It went like we liked it. It was
I thought it was a great sequence. I think that was it was a great culmination of Kelly's arc, and I think at that point it should have been the conclusion. Like we could have had the stuff with her in the Rift as well, but like they had
that moment where Ash wasn't able to pull her out.
Yeah,
that should have been the conclusion point.
That should have been it.
Yeah, if they're going to bring her out like this, and generally I'm not for this, she should have been the damsel in distress. She's had so much agency throughout this entire series. She's always been the badass. Pablo's always been the one that's getting dragged and saved by her. They could have had a bit of a turn of play that way at the end and have Pablo be the El Brujo Especial who then drags her to safety or something. If they're going to bring her back.
What I honestly would have liked for this, going back to Joel's original point of this should have been longer, there should have been the ghost beaters of Brandy taking the point of Ash with a chainsaw arm, in my opinion, with Kelly and Pablo, and then Ash went off to fight the big kaiju. Like, we should have let them finally be like the ghost beaters or whatever the fuck their stupid name was that I enjoyed. But like, I think there was the framework for like an actual character payoff for the three of them. Pablo could have had his moment. Brandy could have had a better moment. Like, there's something they could have done, and instead they just don't.
Oh, I hate the sacrifice play. Absolutely hate it. They want to show that Ash is a loving, caring person now, but the whole point of this has been we are a team. We're bringing the band back together so we can then face down this evil. He can be the prophesized one, but that doesn't mean he can't have some acolytes that stand with him, you know?
I also think it didn't have to be a sacrifice play. Like, I think having Pablo and Kelly be like, you can't do this. Like, you'll die. And Ash goes, what do you, I'm not going to die. What are you talking about? I do this shit all the time. Like, this could have been like, it didn't need to come off like, you know, fucking Mass Effect 3. Like, it just didn't.
Yeah. and it's stupid as well because it's like, okay, I'm gonna get into it now. Just the finale of this thing is like, yeah, he sticks a knife in a tank shell, and that's it.
That's it.
That's the big
That's what we
moment.
came up with.
They've been carrying around this hero prop since the first movie. It finally gets used.
But it's like, fucking anyone could have done that. Like there was nothing.
No, the prophesized one who didn't know how to drive a tank did it.
Oh, there is a thing actually. No, what's funny as well is there is. I need to show you guys the video, but there is an incident that happened with Bruce Campbell in an actual tank, and him telling the story is fucking hilarious. And I am wondering, is him trying to learn how to drive the tank? Slight referencing to that story because it is absolutely hilarious. But going back to my point, there is nothing particularly ashy about that solution.
No.
It's just
Not
get
at
a
all.
tank shell, stick a knife on the end of it, and fire it. Like there had to have been something more. Like it just anyone could have done that. Absolutely, fucking anyone could have done that. Like
just imagine the comedy of if they went. So Ash is gonna go fight that thing. The Ghost Speeders are gonna go take on this huge horde of Deadites, and they cut back to Ash, and he's by the toe, just punching it.
Yes, just stabbing it, just stabbing the toe. Going, come on.
You think you're better than me?
Yeah, like I'm the chosen one, just stabbing it in the toe. Like would have been hysterical.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's the question they lead up to this with is, you know, you've been dealing with people-sized threats. Now you've got this giant Godzilla-like creature, and the open question was how is Ash and the gang going to deal with that? Because how do you scale up? And the answer is tank shell, knife. I almost would have liked a kind of Doctor Strangelove thing where like he's being dropped in a bomb with a knife attached to it and he's riding it.
Yeah,
you know, that seems appropriately ashy to me. But
he's dropped on a bomb, but the bomb isn't to detonate; it's to drop him so he can land on the top of the.
Or they
like
take him
on
up
top
in a
of the head,
helicopter.
and then he just like sort of stabs it in the head or something like that.
Take him up in a helicopter, and then he just dives down.
Yeah, like something like that. But the problem is, like, it did not feel very ashy. Like the only moment in that finale that felt like something that Ash would do is when he pops out the top and he gives it the finger.
Oh, I love that.
I love that moment. The rest of it could have been anyone. It could have been absolutely anyone.
Have it be like Shadow of the Colossus, where half the episode is him trying to climb up this monster and fighting off Deadites and stuff, and getting to the head where you impale him with a knife.
Yeah,
you know, there's escalation that could have been done, and it is a sharp escalation it's about scale and timing. But
I mean, I don't think we needed an extra 2 episodes, but definitely an extra episode. I think you could have used the first one to set this up. You could use the second one to give us like all the kind of like stuff of what we get in the last episode up to the point where he shoves him in the back of the thing, but then change that to like, no. You need someone to cover your back. We'll hold off the Deadites. You go deal with Kandar. And then like that, like have him turn around, okay, Ghost Speeders, let's do this. And then like they turn around and do like a big cinematic, like, you know, hero stance. And then it's like cut to black. Then the next episode is the big battle finale. Now, we're talking about this like it's simple. Like, you know, just have another episode. They won't have had the budget for that. And I think that is the problem, the biggest problem, I think, with this, trying to do this huge finale. If you don't have the budget for it, it's just going to fall flat. Because either your CGI is going to look crap, or your effects are going to look crap, or it's going to have to be like low scale or it's going to be just super fucking quick. Like this giant thing is dispatched with so quickly, and I think that's the major issue. Like this giant thing comes out, and it's one tank shell with a knife on it, and that's it. It just feels lacking.
But
if you can't do it, don't do it.
Yeah,
that's the issue. I think the fact that all right, we're done after this. We're like they're filming episodes 8, 9, and 10. They're like, yeah, we're closing up shop. We're done. Well, how are we gonna bring everything together? And we have to do it quickly because we might not have the budget, because we might have already had X, Y, and Z thinking for a budget. So it's one of those things where it's just haphazardly, let's rewrite some things and be done with this.
Yeah. I don't know. Like there's like, I don't mind. No, I do. Never mind. No, here's where like I want to like it. I really do, because I agree with what Matt said. I really wanted that apocalypse. I think it's great. My biggest problem with going to the apocalypse, beyond not getting any payoff for any of the characters, which is very Evil Dead, so I'm kind of okay with it at the same time. How are there still fucking more knights around? Like these knights suck. All they do is show up and die every fucking time. Every night we've ever gotten has been dispatched within an episode. And there's still more of them, enough that survived this whole thing. Why weren't you fighting? This is the whole thing you've been training for, but you're just waiting off the wings to grab him when he falls out of a tank for some reason so that you can freeze him. It didn't work. Like as soon as I saw the KOS on the ring, I'm like, for fuck's sake.
I mean, it's like what Ruby calls like Ruby says it in like earlier in the season, like those knuckleheads or something like that are still around, and yeah, like how are they still around? They're fucking useless. Yeah. Jesus Christ, one of them got killed by his 70-odd-year-old dad. Like one punch and he fell down the stairs.
Well, to be fair, he didn't die by that. He died later by starvation.
True, but still.
Stop that. What I would have really liked is we were talking about Pipples earlier on and about how they're mouthy, and he is barking at seemingly nothing right now.
He just wants his opinion heard, Joel.
Yeah,
I disagree. I think it's a very good episode.
I love episode 10.
I really would like that Kandar demon.
At risk of forgetting to happen, I really wish there would have been a through line from the Knights of Templar to Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Have some thread of these are descendants. No, you heard me. I'll be right back. You guys keep going.
He doesn't like you bad-mouthing his show.
I didn't know we had a fourth co-host.
I really want just the dog to come back.
Yeah. Comes back with his paws, puts the headphones on.
That would have just been the best. Just
You're fine. You're fine.
He sounds like a good boy.
He's a very good boy. He just has a big bark. That's another thing you'll need to get used to, Brian, if you make that choice. Is very loud bark.
Well, I need to get out of an apartment before I can get any dog. So it's in the future.
He's also very opinionated about Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Clearly.
I mean, he's had to sit through most of this, so I don't blame him for having a thought.
He's probably enjoyed it. He's probably stop talking, Joel. Stop talking rubbish about this show. I like this show.
So what Joel's dog's point was, I agree with him.
Nick, how do you feel about Hobbs and Shaw, Nick?
Oh, I guess he likes
nothing. I guess nothing. Yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't think about it at all.
Yeah.
If he bit you, that would have been absolutely hysterical.
If I were funnier, I would pretend to be bit there.
Just like, don't you bring that crap up with me again.
The fuck you say?
But so what the Joel family was talking about, I agree. I think there should have been a through line from Army of Darkness, especially because they were able to talk about Army of Darkness now. Like, how was that not the thing?
Yeah.
Like, we have been following you since, our ancestors fought with you in the Skeleton War. Like, why isn't that a thing?
And I thought that's what we were going to get from these Knights of Sandaria? I've totally forgotten the name now. Sumeria. Thank you.
You want to get really weird with it? Have the woman who he took to the Bone Zone with back then have child and have them all be descendants of Ash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
would have been better.
You want to get real weird with it. That's real Evil Dead weird to me too. So
like, because you could have had a moment of like Kelly, be like, I could be a knight. No, you can't be a knight. You're not a descendant. Never mind. Like,
Yeah.
like so it could have been like this whole season was about Ash had one daughter, and then by the end of it, he finds out he's got so many ancestors. Like there was.
But didn't we touch on a little bit without the sperm bank too? The idea that he's. I mean, it's a different through line, but another show could have been. You know, we're encountering all my relatives through all this.
And they're all Knights of Samaria. That would have been hilarious.
Like, there's a different universe out there, a better timeline where this show is absolutely perfect. Unfortunately, we're in this timeline, which is also known as the worst or dumbest timeline. And I'll say this much as we're getting close to the end of this. We're going to do a wrap up in 2 weeks, but I've enjoyed my time with Ash vs. Evil Dead. I will go back to certain episodes. I'll never rewatch the whole thing. Like, I'm not going through this ride again. Like, as much as I'll watch the rest of Evil Dead over and over and over and over, Ash, I'll get a few I'll watch the entire first season. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, diminishing returns.
Makes sense.
To be fair, I did, for the most part, I really enjoyed season 3. There was a huge improvement over season 2. It felt a lot more focused than season 2. And I didn't mind the daughter stuff that much. A lot of it made sense. But for me, it made sense. Like, of course, he got married and forgot about it because it's Ash. And of course, he has a daughter that he doesn't. He's probably got multiple children that he doesn't know about.
But well, according to Ruby, he doesn't. He's just got the one. Like, because somehow she knows that from the book thing.
I don't.
But no, my
that.
thing is, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. I disagree with the idea of who the daughter is. She doesn't feel like Ash. She doesn't feel like a descendant of Ash. She just feels like a random teenager they say is Ash's daughter. By the end of this season, I'm still like, they need a paternity test. I don't believe it. Like, it doesn't feel like Ash's daughter.
The biggest mistake this show made was returning to his hometown.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, because I was really into it when they did it.
They should have kept it a road trip style thing, maybe intermittent pauses in spots where it made sense. But they should have been on the road trip to defeating evil and having it planted roots in a space like that. Like, have it be part of the visit, but don't make it be where you sit at. Because Ash does. They even prove at the end. Ash is not somebody who can sit still.
Yep.
He has to be on the run. He has to be the prophesized one in his mind. The Edo trip alone is what he needs to have in all that. And he bitches and moans this whole series about how I didn't ask for this. I wasn't supposed to be here today. But it's just it's not who he is. It's just not who he is. He revels in the idea of being important at this point.
Yep.
And he's even gleeful as he's doing that kind of Mad Maxian driving some retrofitted version of his old car with a turret on top. Cool.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No,
I
had no problem. It was befitting of Evil Dead, where it's like there's more road to run, presumably, but we're probably not going to follow it. You know?
Yeah.
I've got no problem with that. I just... Yeah, it's the juxtaposition between the sacrifice play and that, where it... Yeah. I'll shut up now. I've complained enough.
I mean, to be fair, like, I think there's a way that you could have made him returning to his hometown work, but you do it, like, 3 episodes. Like, because then we get, like, we could have the great interaction with his dad, we'd have all that lovely stuff, we could get Chet still in it, and we could get Cheryl back. But there's like 3 episode arc, and you can sort of like tie up all that stuff. You can have, you know, and then he moves on, and like I gotta keep going. I gotta follow this thing, like you know, because the evil that he's tracking could have gone through the town or whatever, like trying to get something of his that he didn't know about and whatever. But have him leave again, like you said, Joel. He doesn't sit still. Like this series started off as a road movie, and it should have maintained that, I think. Yeah,
you could have a brief small snippet of a season saying, I'm gonna try to plant my roots back in his hometown, and then them rejecting him like a transplanted lund or something like that. you know, and that would make more sense. That town, even if you find out you're innocent, you're not going to be able to integrate back into there. There's too much history, too much of a bloody trail behind you. They wouldn't want that evil on them, even if it wasn't technically his fault.
I mean, but then we would never have the Ashy Slashy store ad, which was great.
True.
Yeah,
So I enjoyed the ad. They didn't do anything with it, but I think that's honestly my biggest problem with watching a lot of season 2 and 3 is there's a lot of great ideas they don't know anything with.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
all right, but we've beaten the hell out of this thing. Is there anything else people want to say positive about this before we get into quotes?
I gotta admit, like I did like his monologue about dooming humanity and all that stuff, but I like it because it felt a little bit like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Like knowing it's the end of, like, you know, the bit where he says, "You think I want this whole shit be covered in blood 24/7? Who the fuck would want that?" Like, I'm just like, that's
quote?
Bruce Campbell saying
What if
that.
that was my quote? Damn it!
The fact that he does the Michigan thing, like, oh my god, like that just
Yes.
If you don't know anybody from Michigan, which I'm guessing Matt probably doesn't, whenever you ask somebody from Michigan where they are, they hold up their hand and like, oh, I'm right about here. It's like this Michigan quirk that's never made sense. It's because the state looks like a mitt, so you just kind of point where you're at. And he's like, I'm just from this bumblefuck town in Michigan, and it's like he did the hand thing, and I'm like, I didn't know about it until I went to college, and I had a bunch of friends from Detroit who are like, oh yeah, we're from Detroit, and I'm like, is that what the fuck did you just do? And they're all like, do you not do that? I'm like, no, I'm from Illinois. What am I supposed to do? Like, I'm from, like, it doesn't work as well.
I'm from California.
Yeah, like, from California. There.
More like this.
But the Michigan one works, so it's funny that they put that in there.
I mean, Nick, I suppose it could kind of work for England, like, because it's sort of shaped like that.
England
I'm
more
from
like
Leeds.
a fist, wouldn't it? Like
No, England's like, it's because it's got the bit that sticks out at the end, at the bottom as well.
That was my thumb.
now for Florida, you need to pull your pants down. But
I'm
that
from
just
the
like-
tip.
you know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's do quotes. Joel gets to go first because he missed a week, and he loves this episode so much.
Poor Ruby, I'm melting. Fuck off, bitch.
There it is. That's the one IMDb quote.
It's pretty good. All right, we'll go around the clock. Ryan, you're up next.
Okay, so for the first one, it's Brandy's throwing up, and she goes, "Oh, why do I feel like this? I know the feeling. It's the residual effects of coming back from the dead." Well, how come he's not sick then? I don't get hangovers either.
That was mine. So without that being mine now, I'm going to go for a very just kind of boring line, but it was kind of the signal of the end, which was, no, not the saw. And Alex didn't get his saw crumbled. That was no good. We didn't talk about Ruby flaying somebody. We didn't have flaying in this show before episode 9, and then they made a new page of the book for fucking no reason. I guess that's why we didn't talk about it. Go ahead with your quote, Matt.
Also, we found out that the pages in the book are human flesh as well.
I guess, yeah, they only ever said bound in human flesh.
Yeah,
They never
bound
said-
in human flesh has always been the thing. Like, the actual pages are human flesh. Yeah, so it's probably going to be Brandy just like goes, "Dad," and then she hugs him. She's like, "Be careful." And then she just like pukes all over him and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then you just have Ash go, "Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay." And just this disgusted look on his face as he says, like, that's okay. We'll be back soon."
That was gonna be my backup one.
But yeah, there wasn't a hell of a lot. Like there was
not a lot.
there was the demon phone as well, where it's like, you know, "Don't even dream about getting a new phone after this, you selfish whore." That was a pretty good line.
Yeah.
But
All right, what's
yeah,
your,
I think a lot of the best ones have been taken already. To be fair.
there weren't a lot of great ones in these last two. It was so serious.
Yeah,
All right, so what's your series finale line?
it's the final moment. Like honestly, for me, they kind of nailed how you end the series. I can't think of I can't think of a better way of ending the series. Of just like what would be in keeping with Evil Dead, and it's the Robot Knight says to Ash, "How do you feel, sire?" And he's behind the wheel of his like souped up sort of like muscle car version, apocalypse version of the Delta, and he just goes groovy, and just like smash to black. It's great, and it still annoys me that we're not going to see the fucking apocalypse one. Like twice we've been teased with this bullshit, and it's
no time.
Because
It's
Bruce
done.
Campbell's basically said, "I'm done. I've retired the character. I'm not playing him again."
I mean, I'm sure a big enough truck of money could convince him otherwise, but I
But
don't.
a big enough truck of money would never turn up for this series because it's never been that kind of cash cow. Because if it was, this like Ash vs Evil Dead would have had the bigger budget and probably would have been bigger and better and wouldn't have been that lackluster.
Let's be honest. It would be worse for it if it had the money to try to scale into something big.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like Army of Darkness is the proof that it can work out.
It can.
Yeah.
Because Army of Darkness, how did Bruce Campbell explain it? It's not a movie that was released; it escaped. It should have never happened. So all right.
It was it was an Evil Dead film that had a big budget. That is not something that should happen.
No.
I
do wish we could have seen the kick line with the skeletons they talked about. Like that would have been fun, but I get why it's not in there. Anyhow, my quote, I didn't write down the whole thing because I was tired. But it was something Brandy said, and she basically said, "I'm tired of all this Evil Dead crap." And I'm like, name drop.
I actually wrote a note in there about that, which goes, it's like the Leonardo DiCaprio moment. Like, oh, you said the name. You said the name.
Yeah.
That
was mine.
All right.
Mine's so Matt, I'm surprised that you didn't do the whole monologue. I'm not doing the monologue. I'm doing right after the monologue. I was going to do the video game line, but I figured I'd save that for Joel. So it's right
Joel's
after,
looking like video game line,
right when he's driving the tank. Anyway, he has his heart-to-heart with Brandy.
Oh, that's right.
She says, "I'm a Williams too." So he changes his mind. He goes, "Hey, Pablo, let's get back to the riff and save Kelly's soul. Because honestly, I can't handle her smell much longer."
That was one thing as well that we didn't mention. Like, she comes back, she looks like a corpse. They make a point of it, but then the next scene, she looks normal.
Yeah. Well, and I like the funny thing too is after that too is they're carrying her on a dolly. She's strapped to a dolly.
I do like that.
Yeah.
That was good. But yeah, that's my quote. I can't stand her much. I can't stand her smell much longer.
So I wasn't going to choose the video game quote, but just a quick mention on that. I really found it funny that they had to have him specify the arcade game when they mentioned the name, because it's so obscure and old now that they needed to have some sort of reference point to pull people back in. Okay. There's no way you and Brandy are going to make it to the hardware store. What? And you can? There's something about my Brujo abilities. Evil sees me as one of them. So you're like Kane. That's what I was thinking. Kane? WWE. He's a wrestler. Half good, half bad. Come on, Brandy. Keep up.
I love how I roll at that as well.
My note on that was, I don't get WWE stuff.
Yeah.
All just goes.
I mean, I vaguely remember, like, when I used to watch it when I was, like, a teenager. I remember Kane from that. He had a very cool mask.
Yep.
My knowledge of WWE are the ones who made it out, become main actors, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin because of The Good Place. And that's...
Hell yeah.
That's all I got. Still a great line in The Good Place of, like, I've only said I love you to two people, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and a guy I thought looked like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like, fucking great show. All right, so we've done it. We have one thing left to do in the Evil Dead franchise.
What was your quote?
I said mine, didn't I? Mine was the Evil Dead crap thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Sorry.
I already forgot.
So did I.
It was a name drop. We got one more movie to cover, which is a bit of a mixed bag. There's a lot to love. There's a lot to not love as much. turns out my time in the theater was way better than my time at home with it, but that's okay. And then after that, we're gonna go. Wow, how the fuck? Which coast does this movie? It's an East Coast, right?
Yeah.
It's an East Coast franchise.
Yeah, because it's north. It's just north of New York.
Oh, right, until it travels south for revenge. That time it was personal.
It is better in the Bahamas.
Which is still East Coast as well.
Still
So
East
it
Coast.
stays on the same side. It doesn't swim around.
Well, that's the south, though, but you know.
He just takes the Panama Canal. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's still on that side. Like,
Potato.
It's west of you.
yeah, but I don't count. Because
That's
all y'all
true.
are west of me.
I guess
Every coast in America is the West Coast to me.
That's fair. There you go. But yeah, I'm excited for the new one. That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do something a little different at the end of it, which we'll get to that. When we get to that, we'll do a very, very quick round of plugs because I actually have something to plug right now, which I have not in a while. I have started a new video series, and I'm hoping the three of these guys will get into, or anyone else from the old ATH network is able to. It's called Driving Thoughts. It's the thing that you've seen thousands and thousands of people do online, and we're going to do it as well. Or I'm going to take a ride in my car, and instead of calling my wife or my dad or a friend to chat on my way home because I don't like listening to the radio on the way home, I'm going to talk into my phone about stuff that's bugging me, and we're going to post it. And I've done 2 so far. I think they both turned out pretty okay. One was about reviewing Superman. The other one's about saying it's okay to like things because it seems to be a problem with people right now. Grant, we just took an hour to beat the shit out of 2 episodes of things that we like. I'm just saying it's okay to like things if you like them. If you don't, then you'll just be honest. But you'll watch the video; it'll make sense. And then Brock is making much shorter versions of that to upload to YouTube Shorts. So there'll be variations of me and then hopefully everybody else. That's my plug. Anybody else anything to plug?
I just look forward to being part of that meme of guys with sunglasses and a hat on talking inside of a car. Be prepared for my problematic take. That's all
great.
I'm saying.
Yeah. It's more dads in cars talking to their phones because they have no one else to talk to. Perfect.
Just excluded me from that then, didn't you?
Yeah, kind of. My bad.
I'm not a dad that I know
Joel.
of.
You're talking about sickness. My youngest spread something around like the plague, and I still haven't forgiven him. So, yeah.
That's what kids do. That's why I don't have any.
It's supposed to be easier once they're out of daycare when they're all like putting their hands in their mouth and all over stuff. And you want to talk about parent hell? That's parent hell.
Hold on, they're supposed to stop that after daycare.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think that's true.
My kid does not do it that often, but kids get curious. He's 7.
This is true.
I've seen teenagers licking the floor outside.
Teenagers eat Tide Pods. Don't trust teenagers.
Yeah.
They're fucking
exactly.
stupid.
That's true.
So kids in general.
Hey, they're the future. Won't somebody think of the children? Was there any other plugs, or can we just say goodbye?
Bye.
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 Groovy.